What's up, guys? It's your boy, Beatin' the Bookie, and I am here to talk the 122nd U.S. Open on the Stripe Show podcast. This week, we head to Brookline, Massachusetts, to the Country Club. The Country Club is a par 70, 7,200-yard track. It does not get played much on PGA, although this is the fourth U.S. Open it's hosting. It's got two par 5s. The birdie holes are 1, 5, 7, 8, and 17. And the fifth hole is a drivable par 4. So it's almost got three par 5s as guys will be going for the fifth hole off the tee. This is a tough course. Like I said, the rough, we've all seen pictures of it this week. The rough looks pretty brutal. The fairways are fast. I even saw some of Ted Scott's video today, Scotty Scheffler's caddy, where he is rolling the ball from the center of the fairway and it rolls into the water. So you have to hit all the right places here. You have to know where to hit. So these practice rounds will be very important for some guys. So make sure you follow on Twitter all of the guys' practice round quotes, see what they're saying, how they played in the practice rounds, so you can kind of get an idea about what they think about the course and maybe how they're going to play. Some comparable courses here are the Memorial, Bethpage Black, of course, Shinnecock from a few years ago, and Masters. We've got a bunch of free plays here, so I've got a bunch of free plays in a little while. First, I just want to let you know some facts about the U.S. Open, all right? Each of the last 10 U.S. Open winners have had one top 25 in a previous Open. So if you're going to look at players you want to bet, just go back if you want to follow this trend, find out who got top 25 in one of the previous Opens, and you can pretty much pick a winner from there. Although I don't really focus on these trends too much, but this is one trend that stuck out. Another trend that stuck out is 8 of the last 10 winners here have had one top 10 in one of the previous 2 majors this year. So look for guys who also got top 10 in one of the first 2 majors this year. And you can kind of start going from there on who you want to bet on. That's if you're into trends. If you're not, just forget all of that, and you can just play my free plays at the end, or you can obviously pick whoever you want to bet. One of the most important things I look at when it comes to betting these majors, especially these majors on these tough courses, is the weather. And earlier in the week, we were expecting some bad weather, some very, very windy conditions, some rains, but it looks like it's let up a little bit. I just want to go over the weather for you guys. So on Thursday, we have low winds early, very sunny. The wind's going to pick up around 1 p.m. and the wind is going to go up to 17 miles an hour. So the wind's going to start out at about 8 miles an hour to start the day. So if you're going to bet the first round leader on this day, round 1, I suggest you take a guy that's playing early, one of the 7 a.m., 8 a.m. guys, because they're going to get a chance to play with the lesser winds before the harder, the tougher winds come on later in the day. So make sure if you bet first round leader, you're going to bet a guy who's teeing off pretty early on Thursday morning. That'll just help you. I find the wind helps a lot, obviously. When the winds pick up, it's tougher to put the ball on the green, stuff like that. So if you're going to bet the first round leader, make sure you bet a guy who's teeing off early. On Friday, we're expecting some rain overnight. The wind's going to be about 11 to 13 miles per hour. On Saturday, it's going to be cloudy. The winds are going to be 10 to 15 miles an hour. Nothing too serious. And on Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy. The winds are going to be around 10 to 15 miles an hour also. They're expecting some light rain, but most rain that I've seen is forecast to happen overnight. And on Sunday, it's supposed to cool off a little bit, but I don't think it'll be anything too substantial. These guys have played in these conditions all year, so nothing very serious there. So just make sure you check the weather. And the weather forecast from right now can change to Thursday. So make sure you check the weather up to the day that you're going to put your bets in, because you always want to be on top of that weather with accurate weather up to the day that you tee off. So always check weather. That's one of the most important things, especially for majors, because we know that, they're going to try to make this course as hard as possible. Weather can only add to that and make it even tougher. So make sure you check the weather. So let's get into some free plays. I have a bunch of free plays for you guys. Travis texted me. He was like, hey, give these guys a lot of free plays for the U.S. Open. So I think I've done what I can to help you guys out help you guys try to win some free plays here, all right? We're going to start off with the top 20. The first play I'm taking for top 20 is Will Zalatoris, plus 130 at DraftKings. He's plus 130 at DraftKings. I'm just pulling the best odds for all of these plays. So I don't know what he is at your book, but he's plus 130 at DraftKings. So I'm betting 1 unit on that. Will Zalatoris, top 20, for 1 unit at plus 130. He has come out to play in all of the majors in his career. He has 5 top 8s at majors in 8 events. So he's a gamer. He's also been putting much better since the PGA Championship. He played very well at the Memorial, and his game is really coming along. And when his irons are on, if he can get those putts, hit those putts 10 to 12 feet, I think Will is going to challenge for the U.S. Open Championship this week. So Will Zalatoris, top 20, plus 130 at DraftKings. The second play I'm taking is a homer play, if I may say. One of my favorite golfers, Brooks Koepka, plus 210, top 20 finish at Bet365. Brooks, we all know his history at the U.S. Open. His last 4 U.S. Opens, he's got first, second, and fourth. He's got the most experience of anybody at the U.S. Open, and he's the biggest gamer at the U.S. Open. And I like what I'm seeing with Brooks' quotes coming into the year. He's saying that he's got his swagger back. He just got married last week. He had his bachelor party, last month before the Memorial. So I think he's kind of got that weight off of his chest. Now he's a married man. He's settled down. And I think this week is the first step he takes into becoming a powerhouse golfer like we've seen in the past. So I like Brooks Koepka plus 210 for a top 20 finish. And that's at Bet365. The next free plays we're going to go to is outright winner. I'm going to take Will Zalatoris plus 3,000 at DraftKings. Like I said earlier, Will is a gamer. His irons have been on, and he's a major player. He's finishing well at all these majors. If he can get his putting down, Will is going to be a serious threat. So I like Will Zalatoris plus 3,000 here, simply for the value. So Will Zalatoris plus 3,000 for 1 unit. The second outright play we're going to do is Collin Morikawa plus 3,000 at DraftKings also for 1 unit. Collin, he is a gamer also. All right, this is a guy that whenever I've seen him at 30, 34 to 1 odds in majors and passed on him in the past, he ended up winning. So last year at the British Open, passed on Collin Morikawa. He wins it, of course, beats Jon Rahm. I'm sitting there thinking, how did I pass on Collin Morikawa at 34 to 1 odds? This is the guy that steps up in majors, and he's kind of like a Koepka. He knows when he needs to play well, and he likes to show up in big spots and play well in these majors. So I like Collin Morikawa plus 3,000 at DraftKings for 1 unit to win. The first round leader, like I said earlier, I'm taking guys who are teeing off early in the morning, guys with early tee times, because I do not want to have to deal with those 15-mile-per-hour winds later in the day. So I am taking Collin Morikawa at plus 4,100 here at FanDuel. 4,100 for a half unit. The next guy I'm taking is, no surprise, Will Zalatoris at plus 4,000 at DraftKings for a half unit. So you're going to bet a half unit on Zalatoris to win 20, and a half unit on Morikawa to win 20.5 units. Those are 2 guys easily capable of shooting a course record in the first round. Both those guys have easily capabilities of going very low, and those are 2 guys that are notorious for coming out hot. So Morikawa and Zalatoris for first round leaders at 4,100 and 4,000. The next free play I have is a to make the cut play. I'm taking Cameron Young minus 190 at DraftKings to make the cut. 3 of his last 4 events, he's got second, third, and third, and that includes the PGA Championship. Cameron Young's been playing some amazingly consistent golf this year. Outside of his final round at the Memorial where he blew up, he's been playing some very consistent golf, putting it very well, iron game very well, driving it well. So I like Cameron Young to make the cut at minus 190. My number had about minus 290 to make the cut. So we're getting some value here. So I like Cameron Young minus 190 to make the cut at DraftKings. Anything over minus 190, you probably want to stay away from. But minus 190, I think there's a lot of value there. So I'm taking Cameron Young, minus 190 to make the cut for 1 unit. The next and last free play I have for this week's US Open is a tournament matchup. That means all 4 rounds, whoever finishes higher on Sunday. I'm taking Jon Rahm minus 105 versus Scottie Scheffler. You can find that bet at MGM. I'm sure all the other casinos will have it also. But I'm taking Jon Rahm minus 105 versus Scottie Scheffler. Jon Rahm, we know he's the world number 2 behind Scottie Scheffler. Jon is defending US Open champion. And I think he's coming in here and he really wants to defend that championship. Jon has not played well this year. His putting came on a little bit in Mexico. He won in Mexico, as we saw. I think Jon wants to prove that he's still the best golfer on the world. And I don't like what I've seen from Scottie lately, to be honest. Scottie seemingly blew up on Saturday last week. And I just do not like what I see from Scottie right now. He's been kind of inconsistent, almost like he hit a wall. Because he was playing so well, obviously, early this season with 5 wins. It's going to be hard for a guy to keep up that pace for the entire season. So I'm thinking Scottie is kind of hitting a wall in these weekends. We're kind of seeing a trend. So I like Jon Rahm minus 105 to outlast Scottie Scheffler and finish higher. So those are my free plays for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's Stripe Show podcast with yours truly, Beating the Bookie. If you're looking for my package, I will have a full betting package for this week's US Open available on my website, beatingthebookie.com. It's $99. You get all my plays from Thursday to Sunday. You get emailed daily with what our bets are. And we're going to have fun. Hopefully we come out ahead, and hopefully we have a huge weekend. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you later.